Hello, my fire sign friends. Here are your Tarotscopes for June for Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Other videos have the water signs, earth signs, and air signs. So check your big threes so that you get a really good idea of what to expect in June. Okay, my Aries friends, my Aries placements, we get the Six of Wands. Also very cool, June is the 6th month, so you might want to look into the number 6. 6 cards, 6 months, there could be something here for you. But the Six of Wands, right off the hop, is just this wonderful card of success. It's sometimes known in tarot as the victory card. It's a card of positive public recognition. You are succeeding at something, you've overcome an obstacles, and now there is a lot to celebrate. So this is wonderful, Aries. So this is great. You've done well. Your creativity, your passion has paid off. Aries is that sign, that first sign of the zodiac. It has a very charge ahead, let's go get them, let's experience everything energy. And that has paid off. And now you get to be here and bask in it and enjoy it. So one piece of advice for this Aries is the warrior sometimes might be like in this place and just be like ha ha ha, like looking down on the people that have pissed you off. And the Six of Wands really warns against that because it's quick how quickly a high horse can turn into a limp pony when we are not being humble. It's fast. So we just don't want to go from like success and enjoying it to being like wah wah. Basically, don't be a sore winner. That's kind of the vibe I'm picking up here. Lead by example, right? So, and that's how you're going to have the most success. So, whatever it is that you're really enjoying, whatever success that's coming in, however people are celebrating you, just be mindful not to use it as an opportunity to push other people down. I'm getting like a confrontational, like adversarial energy. So, the Six of Wands just has this. I always feel like it's a little bit like, like if that high horse is good, like I said, limp pony. If we get too big on ourselves, so enjoy it, but with grace, with class, and then you'll have a wonderful June. Then it's just like the right people are noticing you, you're getting good opportunities, you're enjoying your success, you can feel proud of yourself. Like it can just be so great if you embrace those energies. So the other thing with the Six of Wands is where you were before is the Five of Wands. So the Five of Wands can be this energy of like disorganization, conflict, competition, comparing ourselves with others. So if this is something that you have been experiencing, then June offers the path to much more harmony away from that chaotic energy. And the way to do that is always to remember not to compare yourself with others. Everyone's at their own place. It really is true. Comparison is the thief of joy. And so when you can just focus on whatever it is that you want to do, it doesn't matter what mom thinks. It doesn't matter what people on social media say. If you got a calling for this path that you're excited about, you just follow it. And I just get the sense they're just reminding you, like the people right now who are like, I don't know. If you're really doing what you believe is in the highest good of all, if you're really following this fiery calling and you stick to it no matter what other people say, when you are successful, I think the other people are going to be like, oh, yeah, great. Like some of the people who might have just been worried about you before will be like, I'm glad you did that, right? So do it for you. Do it for the experience, not the outcome. Don't worry so much. Don't compare yourself. Everyone's at different places. And so, Aries, if you can embrace your own path, don't worry so much about what other people think. Don't compare yourself to others. Stay focused, right? Don't let yourself get distracted. You will have a very successful and victorious June. All right, my lovely Leo friends, Leo placements. Here we go with your card for June, and it is the 10 of Wands. Okay, so 10s are the ending in a cycle. So right off the hop, I do get the sense that whatever hard work you've been doing, whatever's maybe felt like a burden or really heavy, June it's done. You get a break after June. So I just felt like it was important to let you know, just like it's going to get easier, but June might be kind of a lot of work. But knowing that like July moving on is going to be smoother sailing, you're going to have more help. You're not going to feel so overburdened. Like I hope that gives you the oomph to get through June. The other ways to get through June is to recognize what you're carrying, how you're carrying it, how you can make it lighter. So this person's holding like this cat, it's whatever, holding like all these branches. I don't know if anyone's ever tried to carry something really heavy like this, but it's really hard. Like in the movies where you see someone like lift someone up like a baby. It's so hard to carry someone like that. Like you need to fireman it, like someone over your shoulders. Like that's how you carry someone. So I'm getting the sense here, Leo, that don't worry so much about how it looks the way that you're doing things. It doesn't need to look perfect, right? We don't need to be sweeping someone off their feet, and you don't need to be swept off your feet and carried away, because behind the scenes the person doing this is just like sweating. It's like so hard. But if you were to put it over your back, maybe it doesn't look as graceful, but much easier, and you're going to get to your destination faster, right? You're not going to hurt yourself as much. So really look at how you're carrying your life. And if you're doing it in a way because Leos do care, you do care, like what other people think of you. And it's not always just in a vain way. It's that I think you really care about your people. You care about your families and your friends. And if they were to see you in a negative light, you would maybe feel like you failed them. Like it's not just vanity, right? But if it is, watch that too. But you're not failing them if something isn't as graceful or as pretty or as fancy or as perfect, right? So do check out. I do think that some of those things that you're carrying like a baby, are other people's expectations. And it might just be your imagination of what their expectations are. They might not even have those expectations. You might be masking your expectations with the face of others. You know what I mean? Like you might just have these expectations of yourself, but you've now projected them onto all these people. So the 10 of Wands is like, this is making your life much harder, Leo. You've got a lot of fire and creativity and passion and love and hard work and endurance. Like you're the lion. There's nothing you can't do, and you're strong, but you still want to use your strength wisely so that it lasts. And so that life is like way better. So check in on the expectations you're holding. Are they really other people's expectations, or are they yours? And are you projecting them? Which ones can you put down? Right? Do you even need to be carrying any of these things like a baby? Can you just put them down? Right? And then can you carry some things? Now the load's a little lighter. Now we're carrying them smarter. And now you're moving ahead on your journey in like a way better way. So June is offering you those opportunities. Remember that readings aren't set in stone. So this is letting you know what is being held so heavy and how, like, what to do so that things can be lighter in June. Like you might still have to do a lot of work. The cycle is ending, but to make sure you don't repeat the cycle, right? When another time comes up, learn about what you're carrying, how you're carrying, what's not yours to carry, and how to carry it in a way that's actually good for you and less about how it looks. And then June can be awesome. Okay, my friends? Oh, my Sagittarius friends and placements. I just feel like June is exciting for you. So, your card for June is the Ace of Wands. And I just immediately, with this image, I just saw all the fun and the playfulness and the silliness of Sagittarius really being brought to light. The Ace of Wands is like a match. This is my favorite way to describe the Ace of Wands. So, if you light a match, it's this instant fire, which is pretty cool. But then you got to do something with it. You have to put it to the candle or put it to the paper in your fire pit or whatever, so that you can have a mighty blaze, or you can just have your candle. But if you light the match and you just sort of stare at it, the match goes out. There's no fire. The candles aren't lit, whatever. You might burn yourself. The match might burn down too. So the reminder, Sagittarius, for June is to embrace your spontaneity. When you get that cool idea, and sometimes, Sag, you're ruled by Jupiter. And so you just sort of like trust everything will be okay. Because like you just kind of trust good fortune. You're like, it'll be great. And so this month they're like, it will be great. Go ahead and trust that spontaneity. Go ahead and trust that match. Make sure you act on your brilliant ideas, because they're going to lead to much bigger things, and probably very quickly. I am getting an energy of like zing. It just feels like very fast and very fresh. So don't overthink the ideas. Don't overthink how it's going to happen, who's going to do them. Don't just do yourself a favor and just go forth. Like you get the idea, go do it. Great. It doesn't have to be perfect. It ain't ever going to be perfect, right? So don't let overthinking about any capacity, right? Weigh you down. There's so many ways, even in the spiritual world, we actually kind of shoot ourselves in the foot. Like if you're just like, oh, but am I meant to do this? You know, or like, oh, am I do I need to just allow it to happen? Am I forcing it? And the cards are like, don't make it weird. Like if you've got a good idea, don't be like, I need a sign. Just go. The juicy idea was your sign. Go. Do it. Just do the thing. If you're like, oh, but like, do I need to just allow it to happen? Sort of. But I mean, there will be more allowance if you show up and play ball. So, like, take the action. That is a really, really, really big pun coming through. I also think June is going to be very fun and playful. This Ace of Wands has this kind of like, I actually feel like I'm smelling citrus. I'm like smelling lemons and oranges. So, I do think there's going to be like a palate cleanse of your life in June. Citrus is very cleansing. And so I do get the sense that you will be feeling refreshed. There's definitely refreshed energy with orange, this opportunity for abundance and sensuality. So it's passionate, it's playful, it's fun. The best advice I can give you is just go for it. Don't overthink it. Don't overcomplicate it with either ego fears or spiritual I'm going to say mumbo jumbo. I mean, here I am reading your cards. I obviously respect spirituality very much, but we all see sometimes when it helps and when it doesn't. And don't let overthinking how it should be, how it's supposed to play out, if it's really meant to be, just go. And then you're going to have this juicy, fun, playful month that's very light and very fresh. And again, I am getting this kind of like passionate, sensual vibe. So really good for relationships and creativity. So just have a wonderful June, Sag. It looks like it's going to be good. All right, my lovely fire sign friends, thank you so much for being here. Again, the other videos have the earth, water, and air signs, so you can check your big three and get a really good idea of what June holds for you. So I hope this was helpful. Thank you so much for being here and have a wonderful June.